Welcome to Lead Well, Live Whole. I'm your host, Michael Sirmon. Every episode, we'll spend a few minutes exploring the challenges, questions, and realities of everyday life, because success means little if you lose yourself in the process. So take a breath, settle in, and let's spend a few minutes exploring life together. All right, we're back with Dr. Susan Babbitt for the second half of our conversation on what it is to grow more glorious, or what it means to get older. So, Susan, welcome back. Are you ready to keep on going with our conversation?
I am. You've made this so easy, and it's a lot of fun to go through all this. So thank you. To make my brain go through this. Thank you very much.
No,
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, we appreciate it. Tammy, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
All right, let's get this party started.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Susan.
I am so excited for this. But Susan, when we left, you had just made the statement that the idea of getting older is something we need to get past. Would you mind unwrapping that for us?
I feel like if you feel yourself slowly fading away and you see things like bringing me my meal on a plate, and where I could get it myself.
Yeah.
Let the person do what they can do themselves, but it's very thoughtful to be that way. But if you feel that you're slowly fading away, start planning your next decade. Yeah. Experience the thrill of coming together.
Yeah.
That you're not, they used to have a saying on the A team, and the main guy would say, "I love it when a plan comes together."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do love it when a plan comes together. And so I don't want to stop that. I want to keep it going. I want to embrace those new chapters and not worry about the final chapter.
Right. So part of that you talked about earlier, and that's downsizing and getting rid of the superfluous stuff, the things that really may only mean something to you because of the memory attached to it. But it's more than that, isn't it? Because at some point you have to look at, do you need a smaller home? Is there assisted living in the future, right? What are the financial realities of aging, right?
Exactly.
So how do you make those plans without feeling as though you're giving up on the life that you're living right now? Because you don't stop living, right?
Okay. I'm in the middle of that. I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like having to think that I'm going to give up my home. I don't like thinking I'm not going to have the things that I like having around me. I do know that once I do it, it'll be all right. And I do know that once I do it, it'll be for the better, I suppose. But I also think maybe I'll just live here and keep everything and let them go through it.
Yeah.
But it's something I don't really like having to deal with right now. And also the financial part of it. We're living around now. We've always heard about a fixed income, but now we are on a fixed income, and it is different, especially with everything getting more expensive. It is different. You've got to think differently. You've got to start working on how you do all that.
Yeah, that's true.
And it isn't fun.
Yeah,
but it's necessary.
It is necessary. But even in all of that, there's purpose. We talked about that earlier, right? We each have a purpose. I think it's a God-given and created purpose and a calling upon our lives. And I think it's important that anybody listening to this, they understand that you haven't stepped away from life, right? You're still very active. You just changed the way you're active. You're involved in fundraising for the Ward-Wiseman Animal Shelter. You can continue to speak publicly as you have opportunities, and you continue to find ways to contribute. But you did use a phrase earlier that caught my attention. It's when you said my last productive years. So when you use that phrase, what does productive mean to you today?
Meaningful, doing things that I'm not going to just sit back. I'm a librarian. I'm not going to just sit back and read every book in the library. I'm going to stay active. I'm going to be part of the community, do the things that help the community, do the things that help our family. And just be active, be part of it, not just, like I said, I don't want my grandchildren just to walk in and think they're going to always see me sitting in the same chair.
Yeah.
That I'm up and out and about.
Yeah.
Did that answer that?
It does, absolutely did. Yeah. how has that changed from how you would describe productivity or define productivity 20 years ago?
Well, when I got the job at the library, they put out a weekly book newsletter or whatever.
Yeah.
And in that newsletter, you were supposed to put down all the things you were going to be doing at the Collinsville Library. I guess it was by the month, for that month, the different activities you were going to have and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that would be, I like that kind of thing. So I had filled our Collinsville column with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And we had a meeting every 2 weeks that all the managers would get together. And one of the girls said to me one time, she said, "You're really making us look bad."
Yeah.
And I said, "What?" And she said, "You're doing all these activities and we don't do all those activities." I said, "Well, I thought I was supposed to be doing all those activities."
Right.
But I don't know how that fits into what you just said, but I've always been overactive. I've always thought, get your name in the paper every time you possibly, not my name, but every time you possibly can. If you're working at the library or wherever you're working, that organization is being talked about, that you don't become a non-thing.
Oh, yep.
And so getting that done means I have to think of a lot of different things to do it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of different projects, a lot of different speakers who come to this library and talk, or different things we did with the students at the school system. So that was all what I did early on. And my mind doesn't stop. And sometimes I don't want it to stop, but kind of wish it would stop.
Right. I understand.
And I don't know if that answered what you're asking.
Oh, it did. It did. But, one of the things that, as you're talking through all of that, we've anybody that is really successful has probably been in that same conversation where people are telling you to slow down, stop doing this, stop doing that. But if you're not careful, it really just does about becoming busy and not necessarily meaningful and productive. And you were always very careful about making sure there was a purpose and intent behind what it was. It wasn't just busy work. But now in this season of your life, right, you want to be busy and you want to be doing this stuff. Have you had to adjust your focus on how you find the meaning and productivity in that, so it's not just something you're busy to be busy so they don't find you sitting in the same chair?
I believe that when I do public speaking,
right,
I thoroughly enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy connecting with these people.
Yeah.
Now, I've never done it where I just had to speak like I am to you now. I've never done that kind of public speaking. But what I love to do, and it's not because I have to do it, it's because I love doing it.
Right.
And I love being able to, I'm in an organization and we do a lot of different things around the town that's for the school.
Yeah.
And it's very nice to be able to do all of that and to be, have a reason and have a purpose. I don't do it purposely.
Right.
I do it, with no purpose. I do it so that so that other people benefit. And I'm not wonderful. I'm not. It's not that I do everything right. I do a lot of things wrong.
Yeah.
But I learn from them.
Yeah. I think that's called being human.
Oh, is it?
Right. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying I do this and I do that, and I hate to be that I person.
Right.
I like to rather be the person that's behind the scenes and says, wasn't it wonderful what Mary Jo did, or wasn't it wonderful what this guy did, or
yeah,
that type of thing.
Yeah, I love the power of the word "we." I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So today, how do you decide what still deserves your time and energy, and what it is not a good use of it?
Right now, we're building a new Ward-Wiseman Animal Haven.
Right.
Building. My focus is on all the projects we're doing to bring in funds to do it, and fundraising, and being able to be sure that we have a good place to be. Right. And that we are successful with what we're trying to get done. We had to leave our building September of 23.
Right.
And when we did, we were without a building. We kept our our board. We kept our people working. We kept doing things all this time. But basically, we were looking for land. And then when we found land, we've cleared the land. And it wasn't a lot to have to clear. And then we got a contractor, and they're building a building. And now in July, we made enough money that we are building. We continue building in August. And the contractor knows that if we run out of money, we stop until we have the money. So now my focus is making the money for in August for September.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so that's basically what I'm working on.
Okay. So,
and I would be happy to speak to anybody, anywhere about Ward-Wiseman Animal Haven.
Well, how do they get hold of you?
Oh, well, I can. What should I do with that? Give him my phone number?
No, absolutely not. Give me your information, and I'll make sure it's in the notes.
Okay.
In the footnotes of this, right? And anybody that wants to get a hold of you, they can reach out to us here at Lead Well Live Whole, and then I'll make sure that information gets to you. But you don't want to give out your phone number out of public things.
I think it's on a lot of walls.
I'm sorry about that. My pen ran out eventually. So
I do know that we live in the country, and I know right at our driveway there must be some kind of a thing that's been put there that said, if you don't want your dog or cat anymore, leave it right here.
Well, your name's associated with Ward-Wiseman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I think it's exciting that you're still actively fundraising for Ward-Wiseman. That you have the murder mystery dinner coming up, right? With the auction involved. I think that's really cool, and I really hope that we get some people reach out to you, so that you have more speaking opportunities, because you have a lot to share, and I'm excited about that.
I've got a lot of years to gather it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nope, that's what you're supposed to do, right? They said that, the energy or the strength is the wisdom of young men, and the gray hair is the wisdom of the old. So,
yeah,
I think that's I think that's accurate, right? You learn to do things smarter and better, and you want to pass that on. So I keep going back to this, right? Because every morning when I get up, and today I seem like I'm a little more tired, and with you, it seems like your energy level just kind of keeps building and going. But what is it that makes you want to continue contributing? I mean, why do you not say, you know what, I've done my part, it's somebody else's turn now?
I don't know. I've just never been like that. I'm the oldest of 4 children, and from the time we had other children, I was there taking care of them, and that's been my life.
Right.
And I've always, I don't know. I think you're built a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your mind is a certain way. You're built a certain way. You have certain desires. And I'm blessed. Honestly, I'm blessed to be that way. I don't want to be where I don't. Of course, that's because that's the way I am. But I don't want to be non-productive. I don't want to be just taking up space.
Yeah. No, we're the same way, and I've always described it as though it's something in you that's just bursting to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and each time, each creative process, it's almost like giving birth to it, without all the labor pains. But you do. I don't know. It's just there. You can't stop yourself from not doing it.
Nope. And when I was over so many different people and doing all the things that we used to do, I'd wake up at 2 a.m. with a problem I've gone to bed to. Yeah. And I am absolutely certain that God said, okay, here's what we need to do.
Yep.
And that I've always appreciated that.
Yeah, me too. I think he speaks to us when we finally shut up enough for him to be able to hear it. And
yeah,
for me, that was 3 o'clock in the morning, I think.
I like to say I try to keep God on my shoulder and his voice in my words.
Yeah, I like that.
And, yeah. So that's what I try. It doesn't always work.
Yeah. No.
I always think I have to help him.
Yeah. Oh, I know. He doesn't need our help, though. He just needs our faithfulness and obedience.
Right. But it's hard not to help.
Now here's a challenge, though. as we've gotten older, seem like society itself or the culture assumes that because we're older that our usefulness or our ability to contribute has somehow diminished. Do you find that to be true? And if so, what do you feel that older generations still have to offer that society in general is overlooking?
The experience that we've had all our lives.
Yeah.
The experience. I don't feel like I have to stop. I don't feel like that my thoughts aren't valued. Once in a while, maybe they're not, probably not, but I feel like the older generation has just as much to give, if not more, than the younger generation, because look at all that we've lived through.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't worry about that.
Okay. Good. So we think back to when you were younger, right? And the things that seemed incredibly important to you, do they seem just as important today? And
Yeah.
if not, they do?
They do.
Okay. Is there anything that was important then that you feel there's something else more important today?
I don't know. My family's always been important, so that's always been top
Yeah.
for me, and they still are. My friends, and one thing is I do more of now is taking care of older friends,
Yeah.
and that's important that we can still do that.
Right.
I don't want to lose my car keys,
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah.
and I know that's a possibility. Someday they'll come take them away from me.
Yeah. Tammy threatened to take mine the other day when we were driving through Oklahoma City. So, but so in our notes though, there was you wrote a question in the notes, and that was, how does one cope with being the one left behind? So you just talked about the older people that you're working with, and that you want to help and all that, but there comes a certain point that they are going to leave us, right? So how do you continue looking forward while you're trying to honor those people and those memories? Because it's easy to get so backward looking that we lose that forward looking face.
As it is right now, I don't have that backward looking, because what I'm doing with Ward-Wiseman is brand new.
Okay.
And so I'm forward looking. My children are all either going, my grandchildren, they're going to school. My great-grandchildren, several of them started school today, and I got pictures of them going.
Yeah.
And all of that is forward thinking. I don't think that many older people sit back and don't think forwardly.
Right.
I think they maybe aren't, people don't think they are. I don't know. I think it depends upon me. And I think what I have to do is not fade away. I start planning my next things to do. I start getting people involved. I'm starting right now a huge new list of volunteers to come and work with Ward-Wiseman. All that type of thing. You don't have time to look backwards.
Well, and I think people have a hard time telling you no anyway.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, you were telling us about the garage sale, and you started reaching out to people, and I mean, just truckloads and carloads of stuff showing up for the garage sale for the church.
Well, and that was all for Ward-Wiseman. We were at the Baptist church, but every one of us, and there's a board. We have a board, and every one on the board was getting hold of everybody they possibly could, and said, "We need your things." And it was a good cause. It wasn't a cause I want to go somewhere or do something like for myself. It was for these lost, surrendered, abused animals that need us.
Yeah. No,
and so that's when you have a cause.
Yes.
I've always said I could make money for anybody or any kind of a cause, but I could never make money for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Same way. Same way.
Yeah. You don't push yourself like you push a good cause.
Yeah. Even the things that I should be charging for, I give away far more than I charge.
Yes.
Yeah. I had a kissing booth at the garage sale.
You're bragging now.
No. It was a kissing booth, but it was actually a kisses booth.
Kisses.
And they could buy 2 Hershey Kisses for $1.
Ah,
And I would have to tell them that I couldn't stand rejection.
yeah.
They weren't going to buy Kisses. But that was fun. That was a lot of fun. But that was for a good cause,
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Now you're passionate about what you do, and that passion sells for sure. So,
Let's hope so.
yeah, it does. No, I know it does from experience. I know it does. So I want to finish this up, though, by looking backward just for a minute. So maybe that'll help the rest of us kind of change the way we're looking forward or what we're seeing when we look forward. And with that, you've already answered this, but I want a different answer than the one you gave. What advice would you give the younger generation today? Something you've learned along your way.
I think that you make every day worthwhile,
Yeah.
that you don't look at the end. I mean, I will say that, I plan, okay, what do I want to get done? But you don't look at it as the end of your life. You looked at it just as the end of the projects you're putting out.
Yeah.
And that every day is valuable. Every day you look at the sunrise and the sunset. Look at everybody right now who's looking at the eclipse and how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
Enjoy that type of thing. And don't be so busy that you can't take care of your family.
Yeah.
A lot of people get so busy with their job. They're there from 5:30 in the morning to 5:30, 6 in the evening, and there's no time for family.
Yeah.
And I think if I'm talking to a younger person and saying, put your heart into it, put your heart into what you're doing, ask for help. Always ask. I even tell students, I said, when you're in college and you're having a problem, or in high school or anywhere, and you're having a problem, the teacher is human.
Right.
Just say, I'm not getting this concept. Can you please help me? And they would be happy to help you. And they will then also understand that you're not just ignoring it and that you want to get it done. You just weren't sure how to do it.
Yeah.
I want people to ask questions and to ask for help and to be helped.
Yeah. I found that approach to be useful even in bringing late library books back. I wanted to get them here on time. I need your help. So.
But we didn't mention how many times I could waive your fee.
No, we did not.
We did not. We have, and we're not, and I'm going to edit that out. So.
Oh, no.
I have the power of the edit. So, all right. So think about yourself now, right? What do you know now that you wish you had understood when you were 30 or 40 years old?
I don't think I had time at that time to know what I was doing. I was going to school. I was getting my master's and I was getting my doctorate. I was raising 2 little boys. I was working full time. I was a wife, a mother, a community volunteer, whatever. I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I did. I don't think you do when you're busy like that.
Yeah. So what I heard you say, and tell me if I heard this right, is that what you know now is the importance of being present. Right? You were busy back then, but so busy that you weren't really present in some ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Be present. Be present in every day.
Yeah.
And don't just come home overwhelmed with all you could possibly do and then start up the next morning at 5 a.m. and you start all over again.
Yeah.
Make time to have a date night.
Yeah.
Make time to be sure your children know that you're there and see you and have time with you. Make sure that the people who live around you who might be older or need help, get help from you. Mow the lady's lawn next door, that type of thing.
Yeah.
We're here to take care of each other.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that a lot. Yeah, you're going to have to listen to next week's podcast because on the Tuesday podcast will be about I see you, right? On seeing people around you, truly being present with them, looking at them past the superficial part of it.
And don't butt in when they're talking and don't be thinking about what you're going to say while they're talking. Listen.
That's right.
That's very true. That's very true. Because a lot of times what's being said...
You've actually talked on some of your podcasts about how when you were younger that if you weren't careful, a lot of times when a conversation is taking place, you cannot really be present in the conversation because you're so many steps ahead trying to figure out what it is you want to say next.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
That is true.
The skill you have to learn that you don't do that.
It is, and sometimes you never learn it, but sometimes you learn it painfully.
Yeah, that's true.
Or you can do the wise way and listen to Susan and learn it now.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
So what do you think, though, Susan, it is that younger people misunderstand about us folks who are growing older?
That we're past our time.
Mm.
We're not past our time. You're not past your time until you're past.
Yeah, I agree.
That's right.
Yeah. No.
And then maybe you still will have left some great nuggets of information that they can use.
Yeah. So let's say one of your grandchildren, your favorite grandchild, sat down beside you and said, Oma, tell me what I need to know about living a good life. What would you tell them?
Well, first of all, I don't have a favorite grandchild.
Mine depends on the day.
You're best.
And asking me what would I tell them about living a good life?
Yeah, what do they need to know about living a good life?
Enjoy the moment.
Enjoy it.
Plan ahead. Don't be late for important meetings. Show that you care. Do your homework and get things ready so that when you're called upon, you're ready to do it. But then also take time to know yourself, take time for quiet, take time to walk around and outside under the trees and know where your body is, where your thoughts are.
Yeah.
To not let the hurry of the world push you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
I like that.
That's priceless.
I like that.
Oh, you guys, you're too thoughtful. You're too nice.
No,
why?
Why are we?
Single thing
That was good.
you said is very thought-provoking.
It is.
It's worth sitting and really pondering on the importance of all those things.
Yeah.
Very valuable.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's another thing I've learned. Say thank you. Don't say, oh, these old shoes there, I've had them for years,
Yeah.
Say thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, we try to mask our insecurity with self-deprecating humor.
One other thing I wanted to tell you is I have taken on the activity of teaching how important it is to say thank you.
Yes, I like that. Thank you for that.
And writing thank you notes and letting people know that you appreciate. If you buy a bag of popcorn from a high school kid, that high school kid should send you a thank you.
No,
so I've started making little kits that have return address labels in them and the thank you notes and for all my grandchildren and stamps, and then even showing the little ones how to address an envelope, that type of thing, so that they start the process when they're young of thanking people.
I like that.
That is so sweet that you said that. My well, she's my ex-sister-in-law now, but when our nieces were little, anytime we got them a birthday gift, they would sit down and write us a personal thank you card and send it to us in the mail.
Yeah, that's very important that they learn that really early on. So I've made about 12 of those packets, and they and what they really love the most is I do a return label with their name and their address on it.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's kind of cool.
They probably haven't seen their name printed before like that.
Yeah. So it's funny you bring that up. I think that I have 2 or 3, 4 handwritten notes from CEOs and leaders that I've had over the years where they just wrote a handwritten note and sent it to me, acknowledging something that had happened. And I'm 60 years old, and to me, those are still very important, right? I look at them, and it's like the emotion wells up as what happened just then.
You still have every one of them.
I still have every one of them. I'm going to keep every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're talking about is 100% true, right?
Right. I agree. And, they do all these evaluations and all that stuff now.
Yeah.
But used to, when just a handwritten note from someone saying, you really helped me today, or you really made a difference, or whatever they're going to say, it hits a certain spot in your head and makes you realize that you've done something worthwhile.
Yeah. So when I travel, I'm going to pick up the phone and call Tammy every night. But when I leave, Tammy will have tucked in my bag somewhere, she'll have a card or a note written for every day that I'm going to be gone. And then I open that, and that's just that reminder of her, of her.
That's perfect. Yeah,
and
that's great.
I still have them, right? I keep them because there's value to them.
And see, that's the thing that I don't want to throw away. And they're going to say, "Why'd she keep this?"
Yeah. Oh, we just got went through some papers from Tammy's grandmother, or I guess we got them anyway. They were her grandmother or great grandmothers from back in the day, but it had these little handwritten notes inside of some of the books, and one of them was just these notes about Daddy got a brand new goat. Right.
Yeah, it was my grandma.
Your grandma, yeah. And it's about Daddy got a brand new goat, and I ate all this. So I took it and I put it to music, and I'm playing with it. Then we got to look, and it actually was a folk song that was sung back in 1910 and 1920.
Oh my goodness!
I guess she just wrote it so many times or sang it so many times, she just finally wrote the words down so she wouldn't forget them.
Yeah.
So yes, you don't get rid of them, because at some point they're going to look at them. Won't be when they're 30 or 40 probably, because
now.
they're boys. But eventually they will look at them, and they're going to find that nostalgia will come through, that feeling that you made them feel.
I know a student that is going to school in Toledo, and she's working on her doctorate, Abby Baldwin.
Yeah.
And it's in women's studies. And she made the point to me the other day that men, everything that they've written, like Thomas Jefferson and all those people, it's all recorded.
Yeah.
Women, the things they have to go back through to find what the women were doing were their personal letters in their families. Huh. And then it would say, I hung out the laundry today, or I got a brand new goat, or I did this, or a lot of it was during the Civil War, and they were getting information from those letters.
Yeah.
That helped fill in that part that they didn't have.
Yeah.
And so, we've also said that we don't need to worry about the younger generation taking over, because they don't know how to drive a stick shift.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to read cursive. Yeah. So, we got it made.
Yeah, we do. We do. We found Mom's journal, some of her journals, and Tammy has some of her mom and dad's Bibles and stuff, and we love going through reading the notes and the journals, especially. It's kind of everyday stuff that's written down in.
Right.
Yeah. So,
and that's important.
Yeah. All right. Well, Susan, we really appreciate your time here today. And I know we've talked about being seen differently. We've talked about changing roles in the family, how letting go of some things, planning what's ahead, and hopefully continuing living life with purpose through it all. And a few other fun moments in there. But when someone finishes listening to our conversation today, what's the one thing you hope they understand differently about getting older?
That they should enjoy it.
Don't see it as a burden. See it as a part of the reward.
It's a gift. It's a gift from God that you're older. You're being able to see your family grow up. You're being able to see the changes in the world. My grandmother was born in 1899, and she lived to 2001. She lived that entire area. She went from the very basic thing life to flying all over the place to see her grandchildren in an airplane.
Yeah.
And look what she got to see. And just think about what you're getting to see and what you're getting to experience and be a part of.
I mean, just think about our lives, right? From black and white televisions or radios to through computers and space travel and all of that stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it changes.
All the things we're part of.
Yeah, it changes so fast, so fast. All right. Well, Susan, you have anything else you want to share before we close out?
Well, I have a very good friend, Patsy Hinkle, and Patsy died several years ago from Alzheimer's.
Right.
She was an American, but she had Greece, and the Greek people were in her somehow.
Yeah.
I think she was reincarnated. I don't know. She learned their language. She learned everything about it. She was one of the few people that had the permission of the Greek government to be a tour guide.
Really?
Because she knew so much about it. She had her almost her doctorate and all of that.
Wow.
And when we would have a glass of Greek wine, we would always say yamas, which is cheers.
Yes.
In Greek.
Okay, can you say that word one more time?
Yeah, it's Y-A-M-A-S.
Okay,
Yamas.
Yamas.
And when she passed away, I did her eulogy.
Oh.
And I held a glass, pretend glass. I didn't hold a glass, but I held a pretend glass up in the air and said, Yamas, Patsy. And her granddaughter, who she raised, put Yamas on her headstone.
That is awesome.
Beautiful.
That is awesome.
Wow.
And just telling you that gives me chills. And Yamas is like cheers. It means to your health, or to our health.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's beautiful. I love
That is beautiful. I love that.
So Yamas, Patsy, Yamas, Mike and Tammy, and to everyone who listened.
Yeah, and Yamas to you.
Yamas.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Love you guys.
well, we love you. Susan, I do want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Right. We appreciate not only your willingness to have this conversation, but your willingness to talk about some of the parts of aging that we don't always want to talk about openly. Right. And maybe that's not maybe that's what I want to leave us all with today. Right.
Yes.
Growing older certainly asks us to let go of some things. Our roles change, our bodies change, our families change. Even what we're capable of doing will change. But perhaps living well isn't about desperately holding on to a version of who we've been. Maybe it's about continuing to discover who we can become in the season that we're in.
That's right.
That's perfect, Michael.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so until next time, lead well, live whole.
Yamas.
If today's conversation raised a question you've been wrestling with, I'd love to help. I offer one-on-one coaching for individuals navigating pressure, transition, and important decisions. You can learn more at michaelsirmon.com.